Hello and welcome. This is CryptoChain with a new episode of simple cryptocurrency demos, except instead of a cryptocurrency, this is going to be a demo focused on the newly released game on the Ontology blockchain called HyperDragons Go. Right, so this game already exists on the Ethereum blockchain under a different name called HyperDragons with different functionalities. But this one on the Ontology blockchain has its unique set of features, which I'm going to go through in this demo. Now, I'm going to assume that you have already set up your wallet and you've bound your wallet to your account, okay, in the game, and you've got a username in the game, okay, because that's going to take quite some time to go through if you haven't already done that. So I'm going to assume you already have done it and you know how it works. Okay, so once you log in, this is how the game looks like. What you're going to have is you're going to have only one dragon more than likely, and it's going to be Eva. Okay, so what you can do is you can choose to change or to train. Now change is basically just to change the position. Okay, to change the position of a dragon or to replace him with another dragon if you had multiple dragons. Okay, in this case I have multiple dragons, they're already in their own positions, so I can't actually change the positions around because I already set them to these specific positions. Okay, so basically what you can do is you can click on train, okay, with Eva, and you've got the option to fight. Okay, so as you can see here, the option to fight actually consumes food, right? So we can see it's asking for 30 food. So where do you see food? You see it here in the top left hand corner of the screen, and actually if you scroll your mouse to it, it says food and it tells me how much I have, right? Then this is an option for honor, is not yet available, and crystal as well. These are new features which are going to be implemented later on as the game develops. Right, so just to explain again, so you go to train, you click on fight, and basically the fight starts. I'm going to go through that in a moment with another character, with another dragon. I don't want to do it with Eva because I believe that Eva should be mostly used for exploring, and I'll talk about exploring in a moment. So once you do the fighting, let me go back to this again. Once you fight, okay, if you win, you gain experience. If you lose, you also gain experience. But if you win, you gain more experience than if you lose. Okay, so once you get enough experience, okay, to basically match with what's on the right hand side after the slash, right, you can basically upgrade your dragon. So in my case, I can upgrade my dragon if I wanted to. Okay, well, not at this moment because we can see that I didn't reach 900 yet. I need 900 experience. I've only got 618 points. And when I'll have 900 points, I can click upgrade and it will upgrade to level 4, which is the next level. Okay, this dragon here that you see, this is the Ontology dragon. There are only 3 in the whole game at the moment, and there are going to be more that are going to spawn. Okay, but for the moment there are only 3 of them. Okay, I actually bought this dragon myself. So let's talk a little bit about explore first. So if we go to explore, here you can choose an exploration destination, okay, that you want to go to. Now what is this? What is the purpose of the explore? So explore gets you food, right? It actually tells you here that the reward is food. It doesn't tell you how much food you get because it's random, but it gives you food. So obviously the longer you explore, the more food you get. Now if you explore for 30 minutes, you get about 120 to 140 pieces of food, right, which you can use to train your dragon, right? And also if you go do it for 24 hours, you get about 3,000 pieces of food, right? So I've done it once for 24 hours and that's how much I got. Now you can purchase food if you want. Okay, you do have that option if you want to grow your dragon faster, if you don't want to wait, and I'm going to talk about the waiting part. But if you want to purchase food, it basically costs you 20 ONG. Okay, this is Ontology gas, right? Ontology gas gets generated if you hold Ontology coins in your wallet. I have done a video on that separately and I'm going to post it at the link of this video just so you can familiarize yourself with what Ontology is in case you're new to my channel and to this demo. And of course you've got different options here. The most expensive one is 1500 ONG for 60,000 pieces of food, and you get 6,600 for free as a bonus. So yes, that's how it works, and everything goes through your wallet. Okay, so you need to have a balance. You need to make sure that this Cyano wallet here that you can download for your desktop or laptop, right? There's no mobile version of this game yet, only a desktop and laptop. When you download this wallet, it's going to be on your Google Chrome browser, and it's basically linked to your account. So when you log in, you type in your password and you basically log in and you see your dragon. So that's how it looks. This is the screen. Now the check-in function, right? I can't click on that at the moment because I've already done it today. I need to wait 16 hours for it. Basically charges you 0.01 ONG, which is the minimum transaction fee, the actual transaction fee that you pay by using the Ontology blockchain, right? And once you do that, you get 400 pieces of food, right? You can do that once every 18 hours, more or less. So just keep that in mind. This part here is actually for an event, so we're going to ignore that. It no longer applies. So yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about exploring. So I already went exploring for 30 minutes, and after the 30 minutes are complete, this window here, this icon here, changes to an exclamation mark. So if you click on it, I'll show you what it does. Okay, so it gives you the adventure log, and it tells you all the different things that you've met and you've done along the way. And some people stole your food, then you found some more food, etc., etc. And you can see here that the total is 122. So you just click thanks, and here we can see that the food amount has increased and the icon has disappeared. So obviously if I want to go exploring again, I can do so. And let's say I want to do it for 30 minutes again. Then you select the dragon you want to explore with. So I always choose Eva, right? Because I don't want to block my other dragons. Just to keep in mind, if you explore with other dragons, you will not be able to train them. Okay, they'll be stuck for the time that you're exploring. So I always prefer to explore with Eva. There are no advantages for exploring with multiple dragons. Okay, just keep that in mind. So it's better to just explore with one. Click go again, and HyperDragons Go, 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 and you can see the timer is kicked off here, and the countdown is starting, right? So 29 minutes and 50 seconds, 49, etc., etc. Okay, so that's pretty much how that works. Now let's talk a little bit about the marketplace before we go into the battle. So if we go to the marketplace, okay, this is the place where you can sell or you can buy dragons. Okay, so yes, this is the place here. Let's say, for example, you're starting off with Eva and you've got no other dragons, right? Eva is more like a demo dragon. You can't really do much with her. So if you want to experience the game, you should, again, this is not financial advice, but if you want to experience this game, I do recommend that you buy a dragon for full experience, right? Some people get a free dragon with a Halloween event that Ontology had. It's to do with a golden pumpkin that you could swap. Some of you could still do it. Some of you have done it already and are waiting for the pumpkin, sorry, for the Halloween dragon. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, not everyone, unfortunately, is lucky enough to do that. So they'll have to buy it if they want to try it out and play it. So here we can sort out by different options. So you've got the youngest first, the oldest first, most experienced, cheapest, etc. So let's go to the cheapest. And here we can see the cheapest available male dragon is 37.9 Ontology gas, right? We know it's a male because we can see the gender here. And we've got the growth rate. Okay, this is the rate that he grows, right? When you battle, this is how quickly he grows. Now this is actually an average, so you need to compare it with something else to actually get the real value. We don't know exactly how much that is until you actually test it out. I haven't actually tested out different ones just to see how much experience you get, but yes, it's to do with that basically. Then you've got the skills. So if you actually click on the dragon, you can see more details. So here we can see that this dragon can breed, right? What does breeding mean? It means that you can have a baby if you have a female dragon and you mate them together, right? They'll have a baby, and obviously the baby is going to be a generation 1 because you can see that this is a generation 0 dragon, right? The generation 0 dragons spawn by the system, and also they are the Halloween ones, which I've mentioned earlier from the Ontology event, such as this one because of the hat. That's how you can differentiate them. Now, so you've got the battle here, you've got the information on the battle, you've got your health points, you've got the dexterity, you've got the strength, the stamina, the power, right? The power is very important, and I'll talk to you about that in a bit. But yeah, you've got the element. This is a water element dragon. And you've got the anti-elements relationship, which says that water right, is not going to do well against fire for obvious reasons, right? Because fire can put off, water can put off fire. So water is actually better than fire, right? So they're actually showing you that if you fight against a dragon which has the fire element, you can do more damage. Then if you fight against a dragon which has the wind element, right, then you can do more damage as well. Not as much damage as against fire, but enough damage, right? If you fight against ground, then you may not do so well. And if you fight against water, obviously because it's the same as you won't do too well either. But yeah, against ground, yeah, you definitely won't do too well. So just keep that in mind if you meet somebody that's more powerful than you and he's a ground element. Now, if you go to attribute, here it tells you all the different attributes that they've got. If you go to skills, right, so you've got the increased strength. So what you could do is you'll increase your attack for 2 rounds. You've got increased defense. It increases your defense for 3 rounds. And you've got the family, right? So this dragon hasn't actually bred yet. So there's nobody showing up in the family, but I'll show you how that looks like in a moment. So yes, that's pretty cool, isn't it? And then you've got different dragons with different skills, storing force attack, etc., etc. Now, healing is very important in this game. So if you can find a dragon which has the healing power, it will give you the advantage. For example, this one, Cure, right? Heal max health by 30%. Now, why do I say that's important? It's because if you attack first, or even if you get attacked, right, once, twice, 3 times and you're still alive, normally after about 3 hits, you try to heal, right? The dragon automatically tries to heal because it's part of his special ability. So that'll give you the advantage because obviously you'll have 30% of your health, while maybe your opponent doesn't have the health, the cure ability, and this will will mean that they may lose the actual fight. Okay, this, of course, this doesn't always apply, but it is a possibility. So yes, then you've got the different growth rates like I was saying earlier, and the power. So let me talk a little bit about the power as well. Let me go back to the dragon castle and go to the arena. Okay, so here in the arena, right, we've got the leaderboard, but we don't have too much information on this yet. They're still developing on it. But basically, they're going to give you a prize in Ontology Gas if you make it in the top 10 ranks or top 5. It hasn't been defined yet, right? These are just speculations at the moment. The team did say that there'll be prizes if you're in the ranks here in the top, but they didn't specify if it's top 5 or top 10. So we'll get more information soon. From the team, right? And that'll be shared. And also you'll be able to find that out in their Telegram channel, which I'm going to be posting in the description below this video. So yeah, basically you can see the different dragons. You can see I'm number 1 with my dragon, level 12, okay? And it's because of the power, right? So the power is what defines the ranking that you deserve to be in, right? So obviously the more power you have, the higher ranking you're going to be in. Doesn't matter what skills you have as long as the power is high. Right, so yeah, this is pretty much what this is, and we can see the different levels, level 8, level 9, etc., etc., and the different rankings. So there are 3,770 sorry, dragons at the moment in the different rankings. So yes, quite a lot. So now let's go back to the to the marketplace, because I want to show you the other features. Now, so we spoke about the for sale feature, right? So for example, let me go down. If you wanted to buy, I don't know, a female, this is a female here because we can see the gender. And if you check here with the little heart symbol, that means that she can breed, right? Females can breed from level 1. Okay, females can breed at level 1, level 5, level 10, and level 15. Males can only breed from level 5. So you'll never see a male that can breed from level 1. You need to get to level 5 with a male to be able to breed with another dragon, right? So just keep that in mind. And also females are more expensive, right? Females are more expensive because they're scarce. There aren't that many available compared to males, right? So this is what happens when you don't have that many available. And obviously there are a lot which don't have such good skills, but yet they're still expensive, as we can see here, 361 ONG, because she can mate, right? So there's always that possibility that she can breed a strong dragon with multiple skills. Now, so if we click on the female, we can see the bred symbol here, and it says 1, and it says these are the breedings left, right? So she can breed 1 time. So yeah, So yeah, if you have this symbol and you own this kind of female or male, the other option that you've got, instead of selling it, you can sire it. And siring means that you want to rent it out to the opposite gender, right? To somebody who has a dragon of the opposite gender to be able to mate a baby, right? And then they get to keep the baby because they're the ones that pay the money for it, right? So for example, we can see this female here is really strong. I used to own this female, I sold her, right? She's actually looking, she's on sire, so she's looking for a mate. So obviously if you have a male dragon and you want to mate with her, again, if you have a male dragon with 3 skills and you want to mate with her, your opportunity to breed a baby with 3 skills, sorry, to give birth to a baby with 3 skills is actually higher, right? So the developers from HyperDragons actually confirmed that. I have asked them and they confirmed that the probability is higher if you breed with a female and a male with the same amount of skills. It's hard to get a baby with these kind of skills. So yes, again, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's a higher probability. So yes, we can see the different prices. Obviously, when it comes to renting, to siring, they are much cheaper. So females are 150, males are very cheap, 55 as well, 99 for a female. So yes, some of the females can be really cheap when it comes to breeding. And at the end of the day, many people just want the females for the breeding so that they can have the baby. So yes, this is pretty much it from this side, just to keep in mind. And if you go to old dragons, here, if you go by the oldest first, we can see the very first dragon that spawned from this game, and it was a female. This is dragon number 1, and we can see the different females here. And this is the Ontology dragon, the very first one that spawned in the game. Okay, and the different skills that he has, really powerful ones: fatal bash, increased strength, increased defense, increased dodge. So these dragons are pretty much overpowered, right? They're very, very strong, hence why they're on top of the rankings, right? If you want to get your hands on one of these dragons, you need to wait, and I'm going to explain to you in a moment, because it actually tells you when they spawn in the description of this dragon. So when you click on this dragon here, actually he can breed 2 times as well, so just keep that in mind. Again, because he's a male, he generated 1 breed at level 5 and the next one at level 10, so he's going to get 1 more at level 15 when he gets to that. Now, so if we go to attribute, here he actually says, "Greetings, I'm Ontology HyperDragon, tasked with overseeing the Ontology blockchain. On behalf of Ontology, I guarantee your identity and assets are protected with my cryptography skills, and I have super fighting power and appear as the first, 20th, 100, and 300 dragon, and every 500 male dragons afterwards," right? So you need to keep that in mind, right? Because this is the clue here, which tells you how often the Ontology dragon appears, right? Now they did say here 500 male afterwards, but they're actually referring to males here as well. And why do I say that? It's because of this, right? So the first male, right, there have been females spawned. So first was female, second was female, third, fourth, and fifth were females. And the first male, number 6, was the Ontology dragon, because he said he'll be the first. And if we count all the different males, okay, if we exclude the females and we count all the different males, with the exception of the Halloween ones, and we go to page 2, we can see that he is the 20th dragon. He's an Ontology dragon as well. So just like it says in that description in the attribute, first, 20th, 100, 300, and then 500. So recently, yesterday actually, we got the 100 dragon spawned. So the next one is going to be the 300. Okay, so if we go to the youngest first, and we scroll down, here we can see that dragon 530 is the latest one, which is the 100 dragon. Okay, he's the 100 to be spawned, so we need to wait for 200 more dragons before we see the next Ontology dragon. Now they get generated by the system, and the price that they get on sale for is 2000 ONG. Okay, now this price does actually decrease. I think it decreases every hour by about 100 ONG, if I'm not mistaken, but what happened is this dragon actually sold out pretty quickly as soon as it was listed. So somebody saw it and somebody had the ONG available in the wallet and bought it straight away. Now, one interesting thing that I want to share with you, which we've only recently discovered today because I am the first Ontology dragon breeder. So actually what I did is when I bought my Ontology dragon, I decided to breed it. So I sent it for siring, okay, here, which I've explained to you before. And somebody paid for the sire, and with his female we bred this dragon here. So this is the baby Ontology dragon. Okay, he doesn't really have traits from his dad in terms of looks, but his power is absolutely amazing. Okay, and we can see that for a level 4 his power is very big. It's 138, and this is actually comparable with level 8 dragons, normal dragons, right? So you can see that this is a very powerful young dragon, and he's a generation 1 because he's a baby. And we'll always know that he is the son of an Ontology dragon, because if you click on family, it actually tells you who the father and the mother is, right? So this is pretty cool. We can see the father is absolutely huge, as the Ontology dragon, and the mother is the little one. So yeah, he's got some traits from his mom. You can see the eyes are pretty much the same. He's a little bit blue like his dad, but yes, not too much like his dad, because the Ontology, the HyperDragons developers did say that the traits from the Ontology dragon don't get passed on to the children, at least not yet, maybe in the near future. However, the skills and the power do, so we can confirm that. Now the skills are not super cool. I mean, he's missing health. It would have been nice if he had health recovery, cure, because that would, as I explained to you earlier, that would actually help you win a battle. But nevertheless, he's got Meteor Shower, and he's got the base your opponent's dodge for 2 rounds. So that's still pretty cool, right? Pretty cool skills. And again, the power is what makes a big difference, because it just shows you the importance of power when it comes to ranking. And when you rank high, again, you get prizes, right? So this is what you're here to play for. You're here to enjoy the game and to get prizes. So yes, that's enough about dragons. Let's talk about the actual training. So if we go to Dragon Castle and I click on my Ontology dragon and I click on train, right, I can see that this has reset. So I'll talk to you about resetting in a moment, but I can basically click on fight here. So if I click on fight, he's going to fight the second strongest, or the nearest, the dragon with the nearest power to my own power. So in that case, it's Jurassic's dragon number 6, which is ranking 2 in the leaderboard, right? So here you can see the HP is pretty huge. I've got 760, he's got 664, he's got 2 levels below me. He doesn't actually have a healing ability, I do, which gives me an advantage, and you'll see now when I'm attacking after he gives me more damage. Okay, so I've dodged this. And here, look, this is the health recovery, right? So it went to full, as you could see earlier, right? And this is an advantage, obviously, because if I was to fight an even stronger dragon, I could pretty much manage to survive just because of this health recovery, as long as my opponent doesn't have health recovery, right? So it really shows you that it's very, very important to have that. So yeah, as you can see, I've just recovered my health again. Everything is automatic, okay? It would be cool if we could manually control the movements. I do agree with that. Many people say it as well, but let's see what HyperDragons develop in the near future, and if we're going to see that. At the moment, it's all automatic by the system. So yeah, even the skills as well. And it actually tells you which skills were actually used, because you can see I've used Storm Poe, I've used Daze, he casted Daze, and it gives you the full log here of the battle. Okay, so I've defeated him now, and you can see that my dragon won. My dragon is 31, so I click OK, and if I click on him again, train, then you can see that my experience actually increased, right? So I had about 8,300 and something. Now I have 8,408. So I need to keep going until I get to 9,000 before I can upgrade him to level 13. Again, at level 15, he will be able to breed again. He can already breed now. So if we go to details, we can see he's got 1 bred, right? Like I said, he's got a baby. If we click on family, this is the child that I showed you earlier. But he can breed again if he finds a female, and if a female is interested, of course. But yes, that's pretty much how that part works. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the different statuses, right? So if we click on the symbol here of the dragon, on the left hand side of the screen. Here you can see all the dragons that you own. Okay, these are my dragons, right? I've got a female which is for sale, right? So she's for sale. So these are the different statuses. We know Eva is exploring, as we can see here on the left hand side, because I set her to explore for 30 minutes. And this one's not doing anything, right? He's just standing there. He's available. But after he mates, his status changes to resting. Okay, now resting can take about 8 hours, right? Pretty much the same as pregnancy. Now if a dragon is pregnant, you need to wait for 8 hours and the timer starts, and it tells you when the pregnancy will be over and they'll give birth. So you'll know, and everyone will know, when the baby will come out. And actually we've been waiting for the Ontology Dragons baby today because we're really curious to see how he looks and how powerful he is. And it seems he's very, very powerful, and he can win a lot of fights against obviously the normal dragons. So yes, this is pretty much all I wanted to cover. I hope I spoke about everything and I covered everything. If I get more information in the near future and we see more features, I'm going to be talking about them. But yes, this is pretty much all I wanted to cover for now. These are all the features that are available. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below if you have any sort of questions. And don't forget the Telegram channel for HyperDragons, because that's also very important. I'm also going to be posting a referral link to access this game directly from this link. Okay, you'll probably get some sort of prize or something because you've been referred by myself. If you're being referred, I think you get something. I'm not entirely sure yet. It still hasn't been decided, but it's cool to refer people, right? So please do so if you wish. The link will be in the description below. Thank you very much once again. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.